Freddy, you want to speak?
Freddy Delgado, Miami Association of Firefighters. I am here to represent my members. And I could say that I do not feel that it's been fair at all. I'm here to talk to the whole commission here in public because I've talked to each one of you individually. And I think I've told you how I feel. But I want to talk to you all, the only forum I can, with the Sunshine Law, which is all here in front of you. And I want to ask you to please direct the city administration to be fair with Local 587, with my firefighters and my paramedics. We've been out there the last 6 years. We have not gotten a raise. We took a very large pay cut, 2010, and we have still cooperated when the city has asked us for money. We have sat at the table, and we have gotten a contract on time when the city needed it because of state law to balance the budget. Now that the city's reserves are met, and money is coming in from all the construction, and you see all the cranes in downtown and Brickell Avenue, we ask you to please push the city administration to be fair with us and start the process of restoring our benefits, just like you did with the FOP. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Chair, first I want to say that fair is a four-letter word, so you got to be careful with the word fair. But I want to point out that you just made a statement that you have gotten no pay raises. I disagree with that. We worked out in the last contract with the Section 175 money that I know that you contributed in red. There was a step. Some people got as much as 20%. Some people got 5, 10, 15, whatever it was. And now at the end of this contract that just expired and the new time starts, the general fund is picking that up. And that is an increase, and that we did not come back to the union and ask for that or any offset or anything like that. So you did get some pay raise. I just want to recharacterize that. We are working with you, absolutely, and we know that we will have to do something better.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect to the city manager, I came here to address the commission because I could talk to the city manager basically whenever I want. I just want you all to know that for more than 75 years, the Miami Firefighters Association of Firefighters and Paramedics have been out there in the street during good times and bad times. Okay, we've given a lot. Our members have gone through a lot financially, and lately it's taken a toll on their lives. I'm sure you all have, been informed that we've lost 2 of our firefighters in the last couple of months, and it takes a toll. It takes a toll. Things aren't easier out there. We're doing our job. And we've cooperated. Our department has, with very little money, done the best that we could with equipment and with the fire stations. But we need your help.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yesterday, I was at the funeral of a dear friend of mine who passed away on Saturday. And I think when you talk about the difficult job that has to be done, not only by the police department, but also by the fire department in terms of the tragedy that you're confronted with on a day-to-day basis, the trauma that you're confronted with on a day-to-day basis, and having to see, our guys have to walk in and out of the apartment where the firefighter who deceased was at. You see the bond and the care, the brotherhood that exists, the bond. And so, I think we have, since we arrived here in 2009, have had to do some very difficult things to our employees. And I think when you start a round of negotiations where you see the city reaching its financial integrity threshold and having $35 million in new revenue in the year, and then having a projected 8% increase for the following year, which is another $30 million, $40 million in revenue, I can understand why you make the arguments that you make. I have to say that I presume that, the manager will listen to what you just said, will listen to what this commission tells him, which is that, our public safety officers have to be, we have to give it priority to get this done. And I think I'm, on the one hand, I'm obviously very, very happy with the fact that we are ratifying a contract for police today, but I think it elevates and escalates the nature of the negotiations with our fire department. And I think if that's the message that you're trying to send to us, I want you to know that we hear you loud and clear, and we hope that the manager does as well, because I think we will be doing everything we can within our constitutional authority to deliver that message.
Thank you. Yes, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's time. It's time that we act like first responders are our first priorities. I think we took a good first step today, or we're going to take a good first step, because I assume, although I usually don't assume, that this is going to pass unanimously, but that's only a first step. So I think that it's time. I remember that a few months back, we were saying Miami's back. We're back. So I think it's time that now we demonstrate to our first responders that, yes, it's time to be fair. And I don't know what's occurring in the negotiations. I know I've spoke to the manager and I asked him a few days ago, but apparently there has been some friction. And I'll leave it at that. And all I'm saying is, I think it's time. I think there needs to be some type of agreement, or at least bring back something to this commission for us to discuss, because I at least want to demonstrate that first responders are a priority. Thank you.
I think we all understand public safety is very important, and I'm sure the manager is looking at the maintaining the salaries and increase according to what we're receiving. I think he's listening to us. I know he's working very hard to do so, and not only with this union, but there's two other unions that we're working with. What I'd like to see, Mr. Manager, and I understand, and you tell me if it's correct or not, are negotiations open to the public?
Absolutely, Commissioner. They are open to the public.
What I like to do is, I think we should get copies of the negotiation was taking place, what is being offered, and what is being counter-offers. We'd like to see those. At least I would like to see it, and I think the other commissioner would like to do so.
No problem.
Okay?
And I want to say, Commissioner, we've been working with the fire union. I don't think we have friction per se. We've had difference of opinions, but I think we've been working well together.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Maybe it's time for us to have another executive session, because we just had one and we had the police. Maybe we need to get an executive session, give the manager a little bit more direction, because, obviously negotiating from the dais is not ideal.
Right.
But we do hear, and we want our employees to understand that it's important to us to get moving on this right away.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.